Howdy all, welcome back to Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Uh, would you believe I am in need of electrical parts again? I did pretty good. And we'll take a look. I do need, I think I need one more, wire relay here. Oh, look, I've got enough parts for that. And then once I get this relay in place, at least for the moment, once I get this relay into place, you know what, I should probably unload. Look, I just want to open this box. You know what? How about you push the correct button to open the box then? Okay. And then I need this for the moment. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I got some work done, and one of the issues I ran into was, oh no, 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 oh. See, that stopped my heart. My body's just laying there twitching now. Dang it. You know what happened was I was holding down shift so I wouldn't walk off the edge, and then completely walked off the edge. Because that doesn't work in this game. Alright, so let's take a view as I walk in here. I'm glad I just wasted all that food and then promptly died. Ah, let's face it, I only had 16 hit points. I was probably dead anyways. So I did go around, not here so much. This is why I need more electric parts, but as you can see, I do have some spotlights around the outside of my base now. And I've got that one spotlight up there that I can't quite power. I'm missing a spotlight over here yet. I need to get another spotlight over here. So, yeah, so I am getting the lights up like I wanted. And so you can see I do have lights all across the front here. I might need another one there. I might need two more on these corners, honestly. And of course the electric is up, and oh, look, there's another light. Let's I've been hooking up the lights when I find them around the house, and so since I've got power, I did have to put in more engines in my generator though, because I'd hit my limit of power, and so yeah, I did run into that little snafu. Just a little snafu. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, we have incoming. I would like to place this right there. Alright. And then I would hope that I can connect from you. Oh, it's too far. Dang you, light. Well, that's dumb, because I'm sure you'll connect with no problem, right? Guess I could connect from that light right there, actually. Maybe. Let's try that. It's a lot closer. I would do it from the inside, but it won't let me. It won't let me run the connection. I'll bet this does not reach. Oh man, I need one more. I need one more transformer or relay. I think. Could I please have another? I need to get my electric parts back out of here. Electric parts, where did you go? Where'd you go? I'm blind. I don't see them. Isn't 15 enough to make another spotlight as well? I don't know what I just did there. I think I marked it as special, or... Wow. Spot. Yeah, you only need 8. Alright, let me get another headlight and some duct tape here. Headlight, duct tape. Thanks. That was super beneficial. Alright. And you won't craft one because... Oh, because I don't have iron on me. Okay. Alright, well, we will worry about Spotlight then when I get back, because I'll need more iron. I can collect more iron while I'm out and about. Alright, and then I would like... Yeah, I totally thought that was on my inventory. Alright, so let's put you there. I actually had this thing connected before from down below, but you have to go the right direction, and so I had it going the wrong direction. But that should get me at least some light up here, since those other lights didn't work. Alright, so now, let's go get some more parts. I had planned on actually getting in some more playtime. Oh man. I heard a few shots, but what happened here? Actually, I'll take a can of tuna. Apparently we had ourselves a little horde trying to get in while I wasn't looking. This wasn't here earlier, was it? Totally didn't pay attention. Oh, actually, you know what? Give me those steel arrows. I can scrap those. Alright. Now, we went to the north. So let's go to the south this time. And I know I just looted the south, but I was looting the south. And so this time I want to scrap the south, which is a totally different beast. Yeah, we had crazy weekend, no power for a day, almost a full day. I saw a video of it today. It was crazy. It made me laugh. So whatever was happening was at the transformer station in the nearby town, and there was a police officer had parked his car and was sitting in his car with his lights on. And it must have been sparking or something, because the someone took a video, started recording it, and I don't know. Normally, I don't know. You don't see a lot of random videos of people just videotaping a police officer parked with his lights on, and so not while he's sitting in his car, anyways. And so, so then all of a sudden, there's this huge purple flash, which is may not have been purple, but overrode the sensors on the camera, anyways. And and the police officer jumps out of his car and takes off running across the road from it. And then smoke starts pouring out. Yeah. And then we were without power for almost 23 hours. So that really eats into your free time, let me tell you. Not. I guess it gives you free time, but not free time in the way you want free time. A little difficult to work on my video game worlds on my weekend when I have my most free time, when I can't operate anything electronic. Well, at least anything electronic enough to play video games that I make videos on, anyways. I mean, I did play some video games. I got my PSP and my Vita and tablet, stuff like that. So, heck, at one point we'd ran a cord to television from the generator we got, and we're watching Lost in Space. That was pretty good. I rather enjoyed Lost in Space, the new series on Netflix. I've seen the first episode twice. You know what? I do want that gunpowder. And yeah, it was really good. I don't know what the original Lost in Space was like. I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't think I've ever watched an actual episode of it. So I've got no clue how it compares to the original. I do vaguely remember watching the one in the 90s, the movie in the 90s they had. But this is pretty good. It reminded me a lot of an old TV show from when I was a kid called Earth 2. And they basically what happens is in the new show is they have to evacuate their spacecraft in these smaller spacecraft, and they land on a planet, and they don't know what solar system they're in or what galaxy they're in at this point. They don't know how they got there, and it follows the main family, the Robinsons, which I'm pretty sure must be a callback to Swiss Family Robinson, which is an old book about a group of people who, a family who shipwrecked on an island and had to live on the island because there was no, I mean, it was, wooden sailing vessels. There was no way to get off the island or communicate with anybody because their ship was completely busted. Yeah, it was along those lines, except with spaceships. They crashed on the planet. They couldn't get their spaceship free from where it was at, and because of how it crashed, and yeah, and then a lot of crazy stuff goes down. But it was pretty good. I really liked it. I hope they do another season of it. It was good. It reminded me a lot of the old show Earth 2, like I said. Earth 2 was a actually really similar plot line. It's like somebody wanted this to be Earth 2, the reboot, but um, decided to go with Lost in Space, honestly. Like I said, I've not seen Lost in Space, the original series, so maybe this is what Lost in Space original series was like. I thought the original Lost in Space was traveling from planet to planet, kind of like Star Trek, but with a family. Uh, and but Earth 2 was this show on. It must have been the 80s, early 90s when it was on, and it was Earth is overpopulated, polluted, whatever happened, I don't remember. And they travel to. They find a new planet that's similar to Earth, and so they travel to Earth 2. And so when they get there, it's got creatures living on it, sentient creatures, and but they crash. Whatever happens, I don't remember, but they crash, and so they're hundreds, thousands of miles from where they're supposed to be on the planet, and so they basically have to try and work their way across the planet to where they're supposed to be. I vaguely remember the storyline to it. I know I want to say the main kid. The show mostly focused on this woman whose son had some kind of disease. He has to wear a suit, like a cybernetic suit. Not a cybernetic suit, but an exoskeleton to allow him to walk and stuff. And I don't remember what her name was, but I remember the kid's name was Yuli, which I think was short for Ulysses. And I almost remember the mechanic guy's name, who had a daughter the same age as the kid, and so they were friends. And then eventually they discovered another guy who was on the planet, but not from their group. He wasn't on there as much as I remember him being, but it was played by Tim Curry, who's awesome, funny actor, and I loved his character on there, and he was kind of a bad guy, and so strangely enough, the Lost in Space has got a similar character, and so I thought it was really funny. How well they compare to each other. Except if I remember right, there's some kind of disease on the planet, and the mother winds up getting it, and the show ends with them placing her in cryogenic suspension to await the chance that there may be a cure someday. I'm pretty sure that's how that show ends. But yeah, it was one of my favorites as a kid. And this Lost in Space is a lot like that. It really felt a lot like Earth 2. But really, really enjoyable. I liked it. It's got crazy robot and spaceships and weird creatures and a lot of crazy conspiracy plotline stuff going on, and corrupt politicians and all of it. And but I finished watching that yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty funny. we didn't have the internet. There's no power. And I'm like, I could try and find another extension cord maybe and plug into the generator. We got a generator because we have a sump pump that runs pretty often to make sure the basement doesn't flood. And with no power, obviously it can't run. And so it's never flooded because we didn't have power. It did flood once because the switch didn't go off, and so the sump didn't turn on at all until I realized that the carpet was getting wet from underneath. That was a hassle to clean. And anyways, so we did get a generator and we ran a cord down, you know, and so I thought, hey, you know, if we're gonna have the internet, then maybe the generator can handle one television plugged into it. The trick is that we get this letter from our electric company every once in a while, and it shows a graph of the nearest houses around you and compares how much power you use to how much power the houses around you use. I don't know if it's real. You know, it could just be a thing telling you to use less energy. But we are the #1 energy users in our area, according to this letter, by far. Trick being, though, is that there are technically 4 different family groups in the same house. And so we're pretty spread out across the house with everybody doing their own thing. Plus you've got, you know, 4 different groups of laundry being done with, you know, electric dryer, electric wash machine, electric stove for cooking, refrigerator, freezer, all that. And then you throw on top of that, everybody's got their own televisions. I'm always on my computer. Although, granted, most of the time I'm on my computer, I'm doing my job. You know, stuff like that. And so, but it's funny, we always get that letter. So I don't know how much we can plug into this generator, because the guy at the store is like, this generator probably run about 85% of what you normally run. I'm like, you think that, but... but yeah, so anyways, so I got the television hooked up. We watched 1 episode of Lost in Space, and then I stopped to plug in the microwave and heat up my dinner, and the power came back on as soon as I had started heating up my dinner. What's crazy, though, what's really crazy to me is that we went out Friday to make sure the backup sump was in place, which I don't trust yet because I don't know how much water it will actually pull out. And to get this generator, and there's no rain. There's no rain or anything on Friday, and that transformer station blows up. Completely doing away with, you know, everything, power-wise, for like 22 hours and 45 minutes. But we did all that because the news is telling us that on Saturday we're getting a half-inch of ice storm. Yeah, our power has not gone out during the ice storm. It did go out for randomness on Friday. I think that's crazy. It cracks me up. Is it ironic? I think it's ironic. On a good note, though, I guess better that our power went out before the ice storm started knocking out people's power, so that we were already in the process of being fixed when the ice storm did start taking out people's power. Because that put us, you know, in the process of being fixed when things started to go bad, instead of added to the list of things that have gone bad. I can't imagine, though, what they must have had to have shipped in. Because when we first heard, we heard it was a transformer, and I know that trucks around here have transformers on them to replace transformers, but yeah, no, they must have had to ship in some major stuff to replace whatever went down in the transformer station. Because definitely... man, do I have any... I don't know why I keep forgetting to make coffee or something. I should look. I might have made a level. I might be able to put more parts into points, not parts, into... that's not the button I wanted. Well, you know what? That'll work. Is there like... okay, first off, I have 15 points available. And I need like a lot of points for the next thing I want anyways. So there's a... Ooh, 32 points. I need 32 points to get the next Quality Joe. Now, isn't there like a You're Crazy Destructive perk in here somewhere? I've never found this wood and roofing magazine. I've never found the battery bank either. Neither of those, and all my searching have shown up. What am I, like, level million at this point, and I've got no... bad mechanic. This is it, right? Putting things back together. You receive more resources when harvesting with construction tools. Okay, I'm going to get a point in that, I guess, here. See if that helps at all. With my quest for lights around my base. Ooh, I got my play-by-post D&D game started yesterday. When we got our power back, the guy had finally given me the information I needed to get started. And so I spent about 45 minutes probably writing out the start of the story. And because it's a weird one. It's not that I've played. Okay, I've played a lot of D&D at this point. Over a year I've been playing. Almost a year and a half, I think. And so I've played a lot of D&D. I've watched a lot of D&D. But every D&D that I have played in, you start as a group. And this one that I just started with this guy, you do not start as a group. And so you start as prisoners. But the prisoners have all been brought in. That's just weird to me. Have all been brought in at different times. And they're being taken to a place where they might not speak the language. And so I had to get from him what languages his guys spoke. We had to roll some dice to find out, how long they've been a prisoner, what their starting item was, because you didn't even get starting gear in this one. And I mean, like he's playing two characters. I'm gonna play two characters. And then we're gonna run this campaign together, which means he's gonna have to make all the decisions because I know what's happening. And so, yeah, how do we do on parts? Anyways, it's 8 per, and I now have 150 parts. I'm pretty sure we're good there on parts. 5 times 8 is 40. Probably need about 7 though, so 56 parts, but I've got 150 now, so yeah. Where did I get in here? I don't know. We'll just dig my way back out. It'd probably be duct tape is going to be the trick now, but I think I can make duct tape. I'll have to check that out when I get back to base. Where is my bike? Give me back my bike. I am expected home. That's, my brother-in-law told this story about, when he was younger, he saw some guys picking on this kid, and they took his bike away from him, and so it's always stuck with him, that the kid said, give me back my bike, I am expected home. So he says that sometimes just randomly. Hush up, Wolfie. Yeah, anyways, so we got that all started. Well, at least I got my part of it started. Now I'm just waiting for him to read through it, and, dang it, I knew pulling in here is a bad idea. Especially on a bike that doesn't want to turn. Turn, bike, turn. And, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And we have D&D tonight, which should be fun. That one I just get to play, or that one I just have to play in. I don't have to run that one, so that's nice. Although the ones on Wednesday night I also don't have to run, but those are a little more stressful, dealing with the Wednesday night DM and his shenanigans of, oh, well, you're on a boat, so obviously you rowed your boat all the way up next to the bad guys so they could see you. Yeah, no, I don't think we would do that. Do you enter the cave? Yes. You run all the way into the cave, all the way to where the bad guys can ambush you. Your rapier, which does not allow you to be surprised, alerts you the bad guys are there. They will all get a shot off, and then we will roll initiative. Dude, that is how surprise works. You can't say I'm not surprised and then make me surprised. So yeah, you can see how my lights are overlapping. So I think I want one more here, and probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, I need like 9 more lights to get what I want. 9 more. I think I have enough. I have enough parts now. I definitely have enough light bulbs, but I'm pretty sure I need glue and cloth. Cloth is easy. Glue, on the other hand, I think is also easy. Water and bone. Yeah, just water and bones. So I just have to kill some things and get some bones, I guess. I've got 5 bones. How much duct tape do I have? Because I think I need 2 duct tape per, so I need 18 duct tape. I have 17 duct. Psh. Easy enough. Alright. Well, hopefully I get a chance to finish off the light system. And we're still 2 nights out from when the Horde comes, because I want everything in place for the Horde. I am making a bunch of cement. I want to get some cement in place. I've got to make some rebar frames though, so I'm going to need some more iron. So we'll see how that all plans out. All right, with that, click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.